What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and I've been using the TicWatch Pro for the past month every single day. And I have to say that out of all of the smartwatches that I've used, including the Apple Watch 4 and the Huawei Watch and every other device, the Fossil Q, out of every smartwatch that I've ever used, the TicWatch Pro has to be my favorite. So we'll start out with the design. Of course, it is pretty thick and bulky. It has this added raised bezel, which does give it a little bit of thickness. I personally like this for the fact that it gives it a premium look, and also love this strap. So this is kind of a hybrid strap here. You've got a silicone inside, which doesn't damage with sweat or moisture, and then you have a leather outside, which gives it that high quality premium look and feel. One thing that I really loved about the strap here is that it does have, it's got a solid metal clasp here. And then when you tighten it up on your wrist, if you look closely here, we'll put our excess in the little strap holder. If you look closely here, you've got a couple pieces of little silicone that are holding that strap in place so that this doesn't slide down the band, leaving this hanging loose. So I like that little added additional feature of the little silicone bumps here that hold this strap in place. The top is covered in steel as well as the bottom here. That definitely gives it a little bit of weight and more of a luxurious feel. We've got two buttons here on the side. One single press of the top button brings up the app list, so you can easily get to all of your apps. And then a long press brings up your Google Assistant. Okay, Google, what's the weather like? What's the weather like?
Currently in Maryland, it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
The bottom button here is customizable. It's set up to launch Tic Exercise, but you can choose any application on your watch that you want. If you'd rather Google Fit, you can customize that to Google Fit, and then whenever you press that button, it's going to automatically launch the Google Fit app. A double press is going to launch Google Pay. This way you can actually pay with your watch. You don't have to pull out your phone to make payments from your Google Pay account. And then a long press of that button is going to bring up the power menu. Now, one thing that you may have noticed here is that performance is not the best, and that's just kind of an issue that plagues Wear OS in general. But this particular watch is running a bit of an older processor. The processor here is more than 2 years old. With this watch, we're working with a Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 2100 chipset, and you're going to notice a little bit of lag going from app to app. So just scrolling through the watch itself, you probably won't notice a ton of lag. Bringing up your notifications, bringing down your quick settings, that's not going to give you a lot of lag. But when it's time to launch apps, as you can see, there's a slight bit of lag. So all in all, performance is pretty good on this watch once it's had a moment to warm up. I've noticed pulling it directly off the charger at the beginning of the day, things run a little bit slow, but as you open apps and as you use the watch, it does tend to speed up quite a bit. The main display here is a super bright 400 by 400 pixel OLED display. I had no issues seeing this display out in sunlight. Totally easy to see this display. But what really sets the TicWatch Pro apart, and what I really love about this watch, what makes this my very favorite watch, is the fact that it has a transparent second display. Now that display right there allows me to see my time, it allows me to see my step tracker, and it allows me to see my date and my battery life without using up battery. And I'm able to regularly get 3 days of battery life, so I can use this phone to the max for 3 days without having to worry about charging this. I can go and set this down on a desktop or on my dresser, and it won't have to be charged for 30 days. They also have a mode with the watch called the Essential mode, and if you just want this secondary display without the OLED display, you can turn on Essential mode and you're going to get your time, your step tracker, your battery life, and your date without your notifications, of course, and the battery is going to last you 30 days without a charge. As far as a notification tracker, this does a great job of relaying the notifications from my smartphone to my wrist. I find myself taking my phone out of my pocket much less often, and of course I just check out my notifications on my watch, which can kind of be a lifesaver. I'm not having to, interrupt things. One main issue here that I keep experiencing, and it just will not go away, and I think the only way that I'm going to get this to go away, I had a notification about 2 or 3 weeks ago here that said account action required. I actually took care of this notification on my phone and relogged into this account, and everything was good on my phone, but I cannot swipe this notification away. It doesn't matter if I interact with this notification or pull it up, it won't go away. I think the only way to get rid of this is going to be to factory reset this watch. Even if I go to clear all, that notification is still going to be there. It just won't go away. So, that's one of those pesky Google Play services notifications there. It went away on my phone the same day, as soon as I interacted with it and took care of that, it went away, but it will not go away on this watch. So that's really the only hiccup, the only annoyance that I found about this watch. It's still my very favorite smartwatch because of the fact that it has that 3-day of battery life, and it still performs well even with that chipset. Once it gets warmed up, it performs really great. Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for this video of the TicWatch Pro. This watch is going to be on super sale for Prime Day. I'll be sure to include a link in the description of where you can get this at a highly discounted rate. They've also got a 4G LTE version of this watch coming out soon, so you'll want to keep your eyes peeled out for that. You'll be able to link up and take calls on the watch directly without having to actually carry your phone around, which is pretty amazing. So anyways, as soon as I find out more information about that one, you'll know about it here. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks, guys, for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.